It works much better when it's on.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you. Hey, you won't? Yeah, almost full.
Yeah.
You'll be full.
All right.
Let's have some fun. Jaya Radha Matova Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Matova Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Ballabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Naranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajanaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jayo Radha Matava Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Matava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Ballabha Girivaradari Gopi Jana Ballabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Brajanaranjana Yashodanandana Brajanaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jayo Radha Matava Kunja Bihari Radha Matava Kunja Bihari Jayam Vishnupad, Paramahamsa, Parakraj, Jikachara, Shatalasata, Shishimad, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki, Anantakoti Vaishnava Brindi Ki, Grantaraj, Srimad Bhagavatam Ki, Nitai Go Premanande, All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Narayanam namaskritya naram cheva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayat. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 16, Chapter entitled King Chitraketu Meets the Lord, text number 40. Jitam ajita tada bhavata Yadaha Bhagavatam dhammam anavadyam Niskinchana ye munaya Abharamayam upasate pavagaya. Yeah. Jitam ajita tada bhavata Yadaha Bhagavatam dhammam anvadyam Niskinchana ye munaya Amaramayam upasate pavargaya. Jitam, conquered. Ajita, O unconquerable one. Tada, then, and bhavata, by your lordship. Yada, when. Aho, spoke. Bhagavatam, which helps the devotee approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dhammam, the religious process. Anavajyam, faultless, free from contamination. Niskinchana, who have no desire to be happy with material opulences. Yea, those who. Munaya, great philosophers and exalted sages. Atma aramu, who are self-satisfied, being completely aware of their constitutional position as eternal servants of the Lord. Yam, whom, upasate, worship. Apavagaya, for achieving liberation from material bondage. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. O unconquerable one, when you spoke about Bhagavad Dharma, which is the uncontaminated religious system for achieving the shelter of your lotus feet, that was your victory. Persons who have no material desires, like the Kumaras, who are self-satisfied sages, worship you to be liberated from material contamination. In other words, they accept the process of Bhagavad Dharma to achieve shelter at your lotus feet. Translation responsively. O unconquerable one, when you spoke about Bhagavad Dharma, which is the uncontaminated religious system for achieving the shelter of your lotus feet, that was your victory. Persons who have no material desires, like the Kumaras, who are self-satisfied sages, worship you to be liberated from material contamination. In other words, they accept the process of Bhagavad Dharma to achieve shelter at your lotus feet. Purport. As stated by Srila Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Anya Bilashita Shunyam, Jnanaka Madhyanavritam, Anukuyene Krishnanushilanam, Bhakti Uttama. One should render transcendental loving service to the Supreme Lord Krishna favorably and without desires for material profit or gain through fruitive activities or philosophical speculation. This is called pure devotional service. The Narada Pancharatra also says, Sarvapati vinimuktam taparatwena nimalam Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhaktir Uchite. One should be free from all material designations and cleansed of all material contamination. He should be restored to his pure identity, in which he engages his senses in the service of the proprietor of the senses. This is called devotional service. This is also called Bhagavad Dharma. Without material aspirations, one should simply serve Krishna, as advised in Bhagavad Gita, Narada Pancharatra, and Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Dharma is the process of religion enunciated by pure devotees, direct representatives of the Supreme Personality of Godhead like Narada, Shukadeva Goswami, and their humble servants in the disciplic succession. By understanding Bhagavad Dharma, one immediately becomes free from material contamination. Living entities who are part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are loitering in this material world suffering. When they are instructed by the Lord himself about Bhagavad Dharma and they adopt it, that is victory for the Lord, for he then reclaims these fallen souls. A devotee following the principles of Bhagavad Dharma feels very much obligated to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He can understand the difference between life without Bhagavad Dharma and life with Bhagavad Dharma, and thus he ever remains obliged to the Lord. Taking to Krishna consciousness and bringing fallen souls to Krishna consciousness is victory for Lord Krishna. Savai pumsam paro damo yato bhaktirat hoksije ahoitu yapratihata yayatma suprasiditi. The supreme occupation, Dharma, for all humanity is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendental Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted in order to completely satisfy the self. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam is the pure, transcendental process of religion. Omagyan timarandasya kinanjana shalakaya chakshurinmilitam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha Sri Chaitanya manobishtam stapitam yena bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vansha Kalpata Rubyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Hare. Okay. I just got back from India Friday night, and I'm a bit mucusy, so please forgive me. I'm coughing a little bit, and I'll try my best to speak. But yeah, just a little bit congested. So, okay. So this verse, King Chichiketu meets the Lord in this chapter. It is delineating pure devotional service, which is one of the two primary subject matters of Srimad Bhagavatam. We understand Srimad Bhagavatam was compiled by Vyasadeva, and actually Vyasadeva had already compiled all of the Vedas. If you go to the first canto, the beginning of the 7th chapter, Chapters 4, 5, and 6, we have a description in the first canto of Narada instructing Vyas, right? Because Vyas seemed despondent. Narada saw his disciple, Vyasadeva. And Prabhupada explains the face is the index of the mind. You look at someone's face and you can see what kind of a day they are having. No, they don't have to say anything. You just look at them and you say, okay, they're not happy today. Or you look at them and you say, oh, they look very happy today. And then you say, oh, why are you so happy? Narada, he looked at Vyasa's face and he thought, he's despondent. He doesn't feel fulfilled. Something's wrong with him. So he said, what is it that's wrong? You've just compiled all the Vedas, right? So it's a big work. You know, he was working with Ganesh. You know the story. Ganesh was writing. Vyasadeva spoke, Ganesh wrote everything. Ganesh has 4 arms. So he's writing, and then when he gets tired, then the other arms take over. And then again, like that. So non-stop. So, you know, it's a big job to write the Vedas. We were just in Jagannath Puri, and we went to the house of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And the Pujari, if you speak to him, he can show you some leaf, like palm leaf, like pieces of palm leaf, with writing by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya himself. That's what they say. That is, you know, written by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So it's a big job, you know, to write all the Vedas. So they had to write everything. So they write 18 Puranas, right? 18 minor Puranas, 18 major Puranas, Itihasas. You've got Mahabharata, you've got Ramayana, big works, to write the whole thing down. And then 108 Upanishads, and there's so many collieries of the Vedas, Dhanurveda, Ayurveda, so there's a lot of work. So actually they had already written Srimad Bhagavatam, because Bhagavatam is Bhagavat Purana. So it's one of the 18 Puranas. So it was already written actually. Bhagavatam was already written. So imagine you've done all of that work, which is great work for humanity. I mean, what service have we done? We distributed 100 books, which is good. That's a glorious service. But, imagine writing the whole Vedas. That's an amazing service. And at the end of it, he's still not feeling happy and satisfied. So Narada says, what's wrong? You just did everything, right? And still you're not feeling satisfied? Could it be that you have not exclusively glorified the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Which is why he wrote the Bhagavatam a second time. What we have now is the second writing of the Bhagavatam. Ete chamsa kala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. We explained this on Janmashtami. This is the first purpose of the Bhagavatam, to establish Krishna's supremacy. Every verse of the Bhagavatam is an elaboration on Ete chamsa kala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Every verse, right, is supporting that notion or that hypothesis or that statement, right? Krishna is supreme, right? So that is the purpose. But there's two purposes of the Bhagavatam. The second purpose is to delineate pure devotional service, right? It says that the other Puranas, the other 18 or the other 17 Puranas, there is some contamination of the modes of nature. But Bhagavatam is not like that when he wrote it the second time. Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam. Right? It is Amala Purana. Why? Because the modes of nature are not touching the Shastra, even though they seem to be. When you read Bhagavatam, you read the fourth canto. How does the fourth canto begin? How does canto 4 begin? Huh? How does it begin? Daksha Jagya. The Daksha Jagya. Shiva is offended. Right? The modes of nature are there. Right? Daksha, walks in. Who is this person? Won't even stand up when I walk in. These are the modes of nature. But it's all leading to pure devotional service. Because what is the main teaching of that particular... your back is at the deities. You can't sit like this. You have to go side on. Yeah. You can't sit with the back. So, what is the main teaching of that pastime? Right? Vaishnava Aparad. Right? That's the main teaching of the Daksha Jagya. Right? Do not offend devotees. And if you read Bhagavatam, this is a reoccurring theme. It happens all the way through the Bhagavatam. Stop offending the devotees. What is your problem? Stop offending them. Right? It is one of the principal ways that you will destroy your devotional service. You won't make advancement. There's lots of ways we can offend them. There's lots of ways we can offend the devotees. Right? There's not just one way. Have you got a minute? I'll find the ways that we can offend the devotees. I've got it stored here. I'm just going to find it. Here it is. That didn't take long. Okay. 6 ways you can offend the devotees. 6 ways. All right? You ready? Number 1, killing a devotee. Don't do it. I know sometimes you think like that, but don't do it. Yeah, maybe sometimes you think, but don't do it. It's not good. If you kill a devotee, big problem for your devotional service. Lifetimes. Yamaraj will get you and take you away for a long time. You got a big problem. Don't do that. I don't think any of you will do it. I know sometimes you might want to, but don't do it. I know sometimes I upset you, but just... Number 2, blaspheming. Blaspheming, right? Blaspheming means we criticize the devotees. We do it all the time, actually. You heard what Mataji did? You saw what Prabhu did? We do it. We do it. Blaspheming devotees. Not good. Not good. How do you stop it? You have to stop what goes on in here. Because whatever goes on in here comes out here and with your actions. Right? Your words, your deeds are all coming from your mind. You've got to stop thinking negatively about the devotees. Right? Otherwise it will come out. You'll blaspheme. Oh, they did this. Oh, they did that. Right? So stop thinking. You've got to train yourself. Right? Think good things about the devotees. Right? Why do you think you're better than everyone? I see it. Devotees, they form cliques. Or, what's another word? You understand what I'm saying? Groups? Yeah, groups. Gana. You understand what I'm saying? Factions. Even amongst the community. Oh, this group won't associate with this group. Oh, this group is better than this group. Oh, we will serve these devotees, but not these devotees. That is material consciousness. I've seen it. Right? It's there. Through ISKCON, I see it. Right? It's not good. You think you're better than others. That's what it comes down to. We are better than others. I've been to temples where the South Indian devotees don't speak to the North Indian devotees and vice versa. It's there. You go around ISKCON, you'll find it. You'll find it. Or, this Maharaj's disciples won't speak to this Maharaj's disciples. We'll serve together and you can serve together. That's all material consciousness. What's wrong with you? You are in Maya. That's all. What are you going to do when you get to the spiritual world? Oh, I'm in Lalita's group, so I won't cooperate with Vishaka's group. What is that? Why do you think we're in the material world right now? Because no one's like that in the spiritual world. Everyone works together. Lalita's Manjari's, her maidservants, they all cooperate with Vishakas, who cooperate with Champakalatas, who cooperate with Chitras, who cooperate with Tungavijas, who cooperate with Sudevis, Rangadevis, Ninduleka. Everyone works together. What is the problem? Even Chandravali's group and Radha's group, who are competitive, if Krishna disappears, they come together to find Krishna. They console each other. They don't dislike each other. All right, they compete because there's like a spiritual tension about who can serve Krishna better or the way to serve Krishna, but they don't dislike each other. They love each other. Right? So this whole thing where you think you're better than others, right? You can't make advancement if you're like that. And if you think like that, then you will blaspheme. And if you blaspheme, you will hold up your progress in bhakti. It will take you a long time to get to Krishna. Number 3. Are you ready? Being envious or hating another devotee. Oh, I can't stand them. Oh, I can't stand this other devotee. Feeling that envy or that hate towards them. Sometimes we don't get along with other devotees, right? Because we all have different natures. So sometimes we don't get along with others. Like I experience that. There's some devotees we just don't click. But in my mind, I try not to be envious of them or to dislike them. I try to respect them in my mind. Okay, we don't work so well together because our natures are different. I have one nature, they have another another nature. We don't work together very well. That's just conditioned nature. But in the mind, you have to be very careful that you don't begin to blaspheme them. Right? Don't become envious of them. Right? It's okay. Sometimes we don't all work together perfectly. So find the devotees that you work with, but don't criticize the others. Right? Number 4, not glorifying a devotee. Right? When there's an opportunity to glorify the devotee, you should glorify them. Right? Someone did some good service, right? And then you think, oh, it wasn't so good. I can do better than that. No, you should glorify. If you see someone do something good, you say, Prabhu, they're very good. I wish I could do like you could do. Devotees can do so many services. Like, have a look at the garlands. Like Radha Vallabha's garlands and all the garlands. Like, you see the garland that Radharani's holding? And the one she's wearing? And Vallabha also? Like, this is beautiful. The standards, I've been in this temple for now more than 30 years. The standards have gone up. The garlands are more beautiful than ever. Right? Like, Jewel and Yatra was nothing like, now it's like a whole thing. Like back when I joined, it wasn't that elaborate and that beautiful. Right? Now it's like, it just becomes more and more beautiful each year. The devotees are putting so much more into the deity worship. Right? This is a sign of bhakti. Bhakti means things grow. Right? How do we serve Krishna better and better and better? So I can't make garlands like that. I could, like, you'd have to show me how to do it. Because I actually, if you sat down and gave me the flowers, I'd just be like, oh, okay. I don't even know, like, what to do, So you'd have to train me, but even if you train me, maybe I can't do as good as that. So different devotees have different skills, right? So then if someone does something good, you have to glorify that. That's how you advance in Krishna consciousness. And see, the whole problem is, the Bhagavatam says, Vaishnava aparad is a problem. What's the opposite of Vaishnava aparad? Glorifying the devotees. So sometimes you say, well, how do I stop blaspheming everyone? Start glorifying everyone. Right? Do the opposite. My mother used to say to me when I was a kid, if you haven't got something good to say, don't say it. She used to say that to me when I was a kid. If you haven't got something good to say, don't say it. So I try to, be like that as much as possible. Don't put devotees down. I mean, if we're senior devotees, we have to point out when there's faults. Like sometimes people come to the farm, devotees, they come to the farm, they leave it a mess. So I have to say, hey, what's your problem? This is Krishna's farm or Krishna's temple. You leave a mess in Krishna's temple, what's your problem? Right? So, that means we have to point out the faults, but the faults are there. Right? That's service. Right? It's not based on envy, it's based on correcting the devotees. Right? But generally we should not be like that. We should glorify. Number 5, being angry at him. Being angry at the devotees. Some devotees are angry all the time. I've met devotees over the years, always angry. Right? This is devotional service in the mode of ignorance. Right? Don't be angry at the devotees. Right? You only get angry at the devotees when you have to correct them. Right? And if you're going to correct them, you have to make sure you're senior enough to correct them. Right? I remember when I was a new devotee, I was a new bhakta, and there was another new bhakta. He joined 2 weeks after me. So I thought I am the senior devotee. And we used to have leelas all the time. Like I'd be telling him, do this, and he'd be telling me, do this, like that. Right? So don't instruct someone if they're not going to listen to you. Right? If you see someone's doing something wrong, go to a devotee. If they're not going to listen to you, go to a devotee who they will listen to and say, Prabhu, they're doing like this. I say, okay, I'll tell them. Sometimes devotees come to me and they say, this devotee, I say, okay, I'll speak to them, no problem. Right? So you have to make sure devotees are going to listen, otherwise you might commit a lot of offenses. Right? So don't become angry at the devotees. And number 6, not being happy upon seeing a devotee. That's an offense. Sometimes you walk past someone in the temple and you just look at them and you just look away. That's an offense. A devotee thinks, why did they do that to me? That's an offense, actually. You should be happy when you see a devotee. Oh, Prabhu, good to see you. Hare Krishna. You have to try to do that. Sometimes we get busy. Just like last night I walked in to give class. It was just before 8 o'clock. So, I didn't have a lot of time. And then I saw Arjun Sakaprabhu. I haven't seen him for 7 months. So, we embraced each other and we said, Hari Bol, good to see you. But I said, Prabhu, I have to go and give class. I haven't got time now to. But you have to be, it's like an art and a science. Because sometimes, you're in a rush, but then you haven't seen someone for 7 months and then he might feel offended or. I haven't seen him for so long and he's just running past me and like that. Life is like that. So you have to be, we don't always do it perfectly, but it says here, be happy when you see someone, right? And I said to Peru, I just say, I haven't got time now, but I'm happy to see you. It's good to see you back. We'll catch up later. Right? So, try to learn to do these things. It takes practice. Like that. So these are aparadas. So Bhagavatam says, right, again and again and again, don't offend the devotees. If you go through Bhagavatam, it keeps coming up, all the way up to the 10th canto. Just before you get to the 10th canto and the end of the 9th canto, there are pastimes. Don't offend the devotees. It's very important. It's one of the main themes of Bhagavatam. But, as we're saying here in this verse, one of the most essential themes of the Bhagavatam, the two most essential themes, one is Krishna is supreme. The other one is you can only reach Krishna by pure devotional service. Right? Mixed devotional service will not give you the qualification to see Krishna. It has to be free. Right? And then Prabhupada quotes all the important verses. Right? The seminal verses, actually, of pure devotion. 3 verses Prabhupada gives here. Anyabhilashita Shunyam from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Savai Pumsam Parodamo from Bhagavatam, and Savopadi Vinimuktam, right? Narada Pancharatra. These 3 verses are perfect definitions of pure devotional service. Right? This is what is pure devotional? Hands up if you want to do pure devotional service. Hands up if you want to be a pure devotee. Yeah, so now we have to learn, right? I want to be a pure devotee. I want to be a pure devotee, I do. But I'm not. I just went to Vrindavan and Puri and Mayapur. I just got back a few days ago. And what's the good thing about going to Vrindavan, Mayapur and Puri? Krishna puts a mirror in front of your face, right? Very closely. When someone puts something in front of your face and you turn away, right? But then they put it here again. It doesn't matter where you go, Krishna keeps going like, oh my God. Krishna is showing us what your impurities are. So I'm fresh. I just got back a couple of days ago, so I'm very aware of what my impurities are. Krishna showed me everything. You think you're a good devotee? What about this? Krishna, can't you not see it? You think you're a good devotee? You think you're a big devotee now? Look at this. Bhagwan. This is what Krishna does. Because what is the definition? Pure devotional service. I want to be a pure devotee, but I'm not. I have material desires. And Krishna, you have to get rid of these things if you want to serve me purely. Anyabhilashita shunyam. This is the definition of pure devotional service. What does shunya mean? Yeah, darkness. Yeah, void, without. Right? Shunya does not exist. Anyabhilashita shunyam. Interesting definition. Because the way the Sanskrit is written, Jiva Goswami explains this very nicely, that, just give me a second. Sorry. He explains this definition very nicely. Pure devotional service does not mean you do not have material desires, but it means you do not act upon them. If you do not act upon your material desires, because we all have material desires, we all have them, but if you don't act upon them, you're considered by Krishna to be performing pure devotional service. It doesn't mean Krishna doesn't want you to get rid of them. He wants you to get rid of them, but he will accept your bhakti if you're not acting on your material desires. A nice example is given. Just say you go through a near-death experience. So you're driving down the road, and then suddenly another car swerves into you, and you swerve away, and you think, oh my God, maybe I'm about to crash. And in that moment, you say, Krishna! Hopefully. That's what you say. You might say something else, but hopefully you say, Krishna! So you're calling out to Krishna for something. Basically, you're saying to Krishna, protect me. Protect my material body. That's a material desire in one sense. Krishna, protect this material body. But if you're saying that, but the reason you're saying it is, Krishna, protect me, protect this material body, I'm scared of death, but I want to use this body in your service, that's still considered pure devotional service, right? By definition. Even though you could say, okay, it's material, it wasn't pure, but it's within the realm of pure devotional service. Does it make sense? So anyabhilashita shunyam doesn't mean you don't have desires, but it means you don't act upon them. Jnana kamadyanavritam. You have to be free from jnana, karma. Adi means like the yogic process and so forth. It means other desires. Jnana and karma. Karma means material desires. Jnana means crazy mental speculations. Just like in India, they have so many crazy mental speculations. Bhagwan, I am knowing. I am knowing. And they just speculate. Just like, when they have the Rath Yatra in Orissa, and they have it on television, live television, and the commentators, they have no idea what they're talking about. Oh, Balaram represents Lord Shiva, and Subhadra represents Durga. They've got no idea what they're talking about. Right? These crazy people. Get some Vaishnavas there to actually explain the Siddhanta, the correct teaching. They have no idea what they're talking about. This is jnana, just speculation. You have to be free from that. Don't speculate in Krishna consciousness. Follow the disciplic succession. Anyabhilasha jnana kamadyanava. Anukulyena. Bhakti must be anukul. Anukul means favorable, right? Sometimes if you do service, but you don't want to do the service, that's not favorable. Why do I have to do this service? Why doesn't someone else do it? Maybe Krishna wants you to do it. Maybe Krishna's making you more humble. Maybe Krishna's making you more surrendered. He gives you a service you don't want to do because he wants to make you more surrendered. So that is anukul. You have to learn to be favorable. Favorable, but also you have to do what Krishna wants. Maybe you're favorable, but you don't know what Krishna wants. I told many times the story. Someone left a box there in front of their deities. This is like a long time ago, 25 years 25 years ago or something. Someone left a box there. So Pujari picks up the box, takes it in the paraphernalia room, opens up the box and had cigars in the box. Someone gave a gift to the deity, cigars, because they think, that's a nice gift. Okay, so anukul might be there. Maybe you're favorable, right? But it's not what Krishna desires. Krishna doesn't smoke cigars. Read the Bhagavatam, it's not there. He plays a flute. If you open the box and there's a new flute, Krishna will be very happy. You open the box and there's cigars, Krishna says, okay, I can see you're favorable, but sorry, it's not correct. That's why you need guru. Right? Gurus will teach you, right, how to serve Krishna. You have to be favorable, but you have to also do what Krishna desires. Both have to be there. That's pure devotional service. Right? You have to be favorable and anukulyena. Krishna anushilanam bhakti uttama. Krishna anushilanam. There's a whole definition of these things. Right? Savai pumsam parodamo. Yato bhaktir ad hoxaje. Ahoy tuki. Yapratihata. Yayatma suprasiditi. Atma suprasiditi. What does it mean? Bhagavatam says, when you do devotional service properly, your soul will be satisfied. That's how you know you're doing devotional service properly. You feel satisfied in here. Right? Hands up if you feel satisfied in your heart from serving Krishna. Good, good. 2. Now, okay. 3. We should all feel like that. If you're doing bhakti properly, you should feel satisfied. You should feel happy as a devotee. I'm happy as a devotee. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj, said, everyone else can leave, but you stay. All of us should feel like that. Okay, everyone else can leave. You can all go if that's what you want to do. Go. Go and enjoy yourselves in the material world. But I will stay and serve Krishna. Why? Because I'm happy. I don't want to go anywhere else. A devotee should feel like that. Yayatma suprasiditi. But how do you get to suprasiditi? How do you get to yayatma suprasiditi? Ahoituki yapratihata. That is the definition of bhakti. Ahoituki means there can't be any other desires. Ahoituki, unmotivated. Why am I serving Krishna? Just to make Krishna happy. That's it. Not because everyone else will say, oh Prabhu, you're such a nice devotee. Right? Sometimes that's our motivation. In English, there's a saying that pride often borrows the cloak of humility. Right? So you put a cloak on, you know a cloak? Like a cloak? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You put a cloak on, that cloak is humility, but inside actually it's covering pride. Right? So sometimes in our devotional service, we act all humble. Oh, Prabhuji. Oh, Prabhuji. Oh, Prabhuji. You know, sometimes devotees say Prabhuji 5 times in every sentence. Oh, Prabhuji, you're such a nice Prabhuji, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Oh, Prabhuji, thank you, Prabhuji. Oh, Prabhuji. Like that. It's a little bit too much. Right? Just be humble, genuinely humble. Right? Don't be proud. So sometimes we do all this, but in our heart, actually we want recognition. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says the strongest weed to pull out, which strangles your bhakti, is pratishta. Pratishta means the desire for recognition. Right? It's very strong in all of us. I want to be recognized. I want everyone to think I am a great devotee. I want everyone to think I am a good devotee. I want everyone to recognize my service. I cook the feast. Oh, Prabhuji cooked such a good feast. Oh, Prabhuji, no, it's just your mercy. But you're loving getting all the, yeah. So we're thinking like that. Yeah? So often we think, I will do the service, but I have to get a lot of reciprocation, a lot of recognition from everyone. So if you're like that, Krishna will put you in a situation where you do the service and you'll get nothing in return. Right? And that's what you need, actually. Just do the service to make Krishna happy. If someone knows you did it, that's nice. If someone did know you did it, okay, who cares? We just did it. Right? Ahoituki apratihata. Apratihata means uninterrupted. Just like the Christian people, right? It says in their Bible, Sunday is the Sabbath. You're not allowed to play soccer. You have to go to the church. It says that on the Sabbath, right? The Sunday. Why does God say that in the Bible? Right? Because He can't get them there the other 6 days. The other 6 days they're too busy. So He says, okay, one day you have to go. But that's not pure devotional service. We don't just come here on Sunday. I mean, some people do. Just come on Sunday, eat as much as you can. Put $5 in the hundi. Right? Bow down, do your thing when you come in, and then take prasad. Right? That's not pure devotional service. Pure devotional service, apratihata means every day, continuously. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya means you have to serve Krishna every day. Right? There are 7 days in the week. Why was the Bhagavatam spoken 7 days? Why was it spoken? Why wasn't it 8 days or 6 days? Why is that? Because there's 7 days in the week, which means you should be hearing Bhagavatam every day. Okay, maybe you can't come and sit here every day in the class every day, but now it's all recorded. You can watch it at home. There's many devotees watching at home, right? Many devotees watch it later, right? Or there's so many devotees you can listen to online, For the last couple of years, mainly I've been listening to His Holiness Indrajumna Swami. He's been giving amazing lectures on Vrindavan for the last couple of years. So you can listen all the time. I can pick up my phone now and go in. I can listen to, there's probably devotees giving live classes now on the other side of the world. This is the benefit of modern technology. It's not good for much else, but I didn't take my phone to India, right? It was such a relief not to have it there. It was just such a relief not to have it there. Because I have to do so many, there's so many emails coming in all the time and so many things, and it's so distracting. Like now I've got back and I feel much more balanced about this thing. Don't you control me, I'll control you. We'll see how long it lasts, but these things, they can destroy your consciousness or they can elevate your consciousness. So we use them for devotional things. But then the allurement of Maya, of social media, is that once you get on, then you think, oh, I'll just have a look at that, and I'll just have a look at that, and the next minute, it's got you again. You have to be very careful. This is very powerful Maya. Maya's in your hand now. It's right there. You can access anything, anytime. It's like any time before. And Maya is so powerful. It's like Chadstone Shopping Centre. Have you been to Chadstone Shopping Centre? So you go inside. The whole purpose of Chadstone Shopping Centre is when you go in, you don't come out. That's how it's designed. That's how it's designed. They don't want you to come out. Okay, so you get in there. What did you go down there to buy a pair of jeans? So you walk in, but then, there's food there. Oh, yeah, it's lunchtime, I'll get something to eat. Oh, there's a movie over there. Oh, so I'll go and do that. There's bowling alley there. I'll go and do that. I need to get my nails done. I'll go and do that. I get a haircut. Oh, I need shoes. But you don't come out. Oh, it's hot outside. Okay, we'll make it nice and cool. You see, on the hot days, everyone goes into the shopping centers because they're cool. Why? They want to keep you there and take all your money, right? That's how it's designed, right? And what's Facebook and Instagram and what else you got now? Pinterest and what's the other one? So many of them, right? It's the same thing. It's all designed to keep you in there, right? They analyze your feed, the algorithm, every second. Whatever you look at, they give you more of that. Oh, that's what he's interested in. Hey, have more. And next minute, oh, now I'm an expert in everything. No, because they're controlling you. You think you've got control. They're controlling you. They just want you on there as much as they can. That's all. This is Maya, right? So apratihata means uninterrupted devotional service. You have to be very careful. These things are very good because they can connect you all over the world to bhakti, to devotional service, but they can also distract you and keep you in Maya, right? So you have to be very careful. So this is what Bhagavatam is teaching, pure devotional service, right? Krishna is supreme. You have to render pure devotional service. Pure devotional service means no interruption, no material desires, right? That's very high. I've been practicing now for more than half of my life, right? And I just went to Vrindavan. It was a very educating experience for me. Because, I was thinking, I'm doing pretty good as a devotee. But then when you go there, Krishna says, maybe not as good as you think. Like that. You see, actually I have a lot of attachments in this material world, more than what I thought. Like that, which is good, because Krishna is, showing us what we need. But if you want to get serious about devotional service, then you have to give up these things. And actually it's not as easy as we think, right? We all think, I'll give up all the material things, but Krishna says, what about this? And then we say, I'll give that up, but what about this? Krishna will test us. Maya is very powerful, actually. Okay, any questions, any comments? Anything? How do you recognize if Krishna is happy or not? That's a very good question. There's several ways. Srila Prabhupada says that the deities, when you see the deities smile, like you come and see the deities, see Gaunitai, Radha Vallabha, Jagannath, Balaram, Subhadra, Giriraj, Nrsingadev, Trivikram, Nrsingadev, there's so many deities there. If the deities are smiling at you, Prabhupada said that is the barometer of bhakti. How do you know if your service is being accepted and the deities are happy? If they're smiling at you. You get reciprocation, right? I know sometimes I come, they're like lukewarm, like it's okay, but then I think, okay, I've got to try harder. And other times I do service, and I come and they're very happy, and I think, oh, they're very happy. They like what I've done, like that. So the deities are very much a barometer of bhakti. Secondly, you have Guru and Vaishnavas, right? They are also the barometer of your bhakti. How do you know if Krishna is happy? Because if the devotees are happy. If devotees are saying you're doing a good service, then okay, you know Krishna is happy. If the Guru says you're doing good service, then you know Krishna is happy. So these are practical ways.
The same vice versa also, right? Vice versa, like if the devotional service is not good, then they will also say, your service is not good.
Hopefully they'll say that, yeah. Hopefully they'll say that. Yeah, if your service is not good, then hopefully the devotees will tell you. They'll say, Prabhu, you've got to do better than this.
And the same, Krishna also reciprocate. The Lord Krishna also reciprocate that you have not done the service properly.
Yeah, sometimes you come in front of the deities and they're not looking happy. Then you know there's something wrong.
But the deities are always happy, Prabhu.
No, they're not. No. Uh-huh. I don't know what deities you're worshipping. Sometimes I come in front of the deities, they're not happy with me. So, the deities are alive, they reciprocate. So if they're not happy, then they're telling you, hey, you have to improve. Like that. They're not always just smiling and blissful. Sometimes you've been a nonsense. So they'll let you know that. Yeah. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, please come again. Any other? Yeah.
Uninterrupted, but we see that we don't want material, we don't want our motive not to get material profit from Krishna, but to we have a motive to go back home, back to Godhead. So how can we understand that?
So what's the question?
We have a motive that we want to
that you want to go back to Krishna.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So that's a very good question. Is it okay to want to go back to Godhead? Because you might say, well, that's a selfish desire, right? That's a very good question, because that might not be a pure desire, because maybe Krishna doesn't want you to go back to Godhead. Maybe he wants you to stay here and preach. So once again, it may not be a completely selfless desire, but it's not against pure devotional service. So it's okay to desire to go back to Godhead. It's okay to desire like that, because it may not be completely selfless. Do you understand? It's not completely selfless. It's something that you want. But it's not a bad thing because it takes you to Krishna. So it's not against pure devotional service. Does it make sense? Yeah. So it's okay to think like that. If you say to Krishna, I want to go back to Goloka Vrindavan, that's okay. But what we should say is, Krishna, I'll go wherever you want. So if you want me to come back to Godhead, I will go. But if you want me to stay here and preach, I will do that also. So you just say, Krishna, whatever you want, that's the best. But if you say, I want to go back to Godhead, that's okay. And hopefully we will see each other there in the spiritual world. Hopefully. Pray for me, and maybe we can all get there. Okay?
Thank you, Prabhupada.
Good question. Yeah. Where's your microphone? You should carry a microphone whenever you come into the temple.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the class.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, what should we do if we by mistake offend any Vaishnavas? And if you could please repeat the 6th offense as well.
I'm not going to repeat the 6 offenses. You have to go back and listen to the class again if you want to hear them again.
Sure, Prabhuji.
What should we do if we offend a devotee? It says in the scriptures, you go there and you offer your obeisances. You bow down. In the morning, do you come for Mangalati sometimes? Yeah, so you've been, and then after Tulsi Puja, we offer obeisances to the devotees? Yeah. So Prabhupada said the reason we do that is because when we do that, when we offer obeisances to the devotees, we're begging forgiveness for all the offenses we committed the previous day. Right? That's why we offer obeisances. But if you know that you have specifically offended a particular devotee, you need to go to the devotee and say, Prabhu, I'm so sorry. And you bow down and you beg forgiveness. Say, Prabhu, please forgive me. And generally the devotee will say it's okay, he'll forgive. If it's a very big offense, right, this is spoken of in Madhurya Kanambini, Krishna Chakravarti Thakur says that if it's a very big offense and the devotee will not forgive you because you did something too bad, he said then you have to exclusively take shelter of the holy name and just chant and chant and chant. He said eventually the holy name will forgive you. Not that. But I don't think we'll commit offense that's that bad. Generally, if you just go to the devotee, then it should be okay.
Thank you.
Okay? Please come again. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki?
Jai.
Gauranga. On Thursday. Where are you going? Okay. If you go to Vrindavan, you have my crossings. If you're going to Vrindavan, you will have my crossings. Have a good trip. Okay? Yeah, I'm blessing you. Now you have to do it. It's between you and Krishna. Pray for me when you're there. Have a good trip. You want me to come for prasad? Yeah, it's possible. Send me a message with your address.
2 minutes walk from Vasudev Prabhu's house.
Yeah. Send me a message. Tell me the address. 6:30. What will you make? You know, you make those sandwiches? Yes. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay.
Thank you.
Send me a message.
Yes, sure.
Go Ranga. Thank you for all your service. Yeah, you're doing good. Keep going. Krishna.
Enam Kanvan Nandar Ako Vigamaniya Vishesha Shobha Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Jami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Asa Sakale Priya Priya